Sirius XM.
Hey, hey, hey!
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
We're on the air.
He's laughing at you.
Who's laughing at me? Why?
Matt Paxton goes, the after show. And he waved at you as
like it was a joke.
I listen to him.
He listens. He's been here for 2 hours. Let the poor guy go home, for God's sake. Opie, are you really going to podcast?
Fuck, I thought those were the cupcakes. Son of a bitch. I was going to start throwing cupcakes at Sam.
Why would you do that?
You want me to just go buy some?
This is a crazy thing about where we're at. He's sitting here talking to this Hoarders guy for 2 hours about how great his show is. I'm doing a show on Opie's channel, and all he wants to do is throw cupcakes at me.
That's what the people want to see, Sam.
There's nobody watching. It's radio.
Oh, God. You think I have enough Shaq Dove products?
What makes them Shaq products?
That's what he's promoting.
That's what he's promoting next week.
Shaq's coming in here?
One of the greatest centers in NBA history is promoting body wash.
That's why he rules.
And deodorant.
He's tall as shit, man. He's got a lot of washing to do.
Sam, I'm on to you.
What do you mean you're on to me? You're not on to shit. Is he mad? No. Good. Fuck is he talking about? It's after Open Anthony Live.
Some more important stuff.
And Eric's gonna sit there talking. You know, I'm thinking about some of the stuff you said. Do you think they'll actually podcast Opie and Anthony? I don't know. It's hard to walk away from a built-in audience here where somebody's going to sit there and say, you know what, if you stay here, we'll pay you to do a show, and all you have to do is come in and do it. Like, I don't know if Opie and Anthony are going to...
I think it takes more work, like, on your own end.
I don't know if Opie and Anthony are going to go out of their way to have to now start working towards getting their own sponsors by themselves.
And it's kind of like when you decide to like homeschool or something. It's like it's so easy to not do it. You know, like you wake up and you're like, oh, I'll do the school later.
Exactly. Like I don't need to do social studies every day, and then all of a sudden and plus then if you have a sponsor or you have a few sponsors and they're investing whatever hundreds, thousands of dollars, you are in a position where you actually have to do a show. So the idea of podcasting whenever you want kind of goes out the window because people are paying you now to do it. I mean, it'd be successful.
I know what he's talking about.
Eric's out there having a meeting with Opie.
It's always very serious.
And Opie's got Opie's trying to walk.
You think he's even paying attention?
No, he's doing the 2 steps. All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sounds good. See ya. Bye.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah. Also, before you go... Should we go? Where is he going now?
I don't know, but he's walking around like something really
Matt
important
Paxton, I have some stuff to talk to you about, too. Eric's now walking down the other hallway, following Matt Paxton out from Hoarders. Great guest today.
But couldn't be more self-important.
No. Anyway, Matt, I was just talking to Opie, and we were just talking, and we have some ideas that I want to run by you. Paul,
I hope Matt Paxton doesn't go into the Rollins office.
Why? What's going on in Rollins' office?
No, and we have somebody in there.
What do you mean? Travis, who's in... Okay, they went around the corner. It looks like they're not going into Roland's office, but what exactly is happening in Roland's office?
Nothing. Just people are sitting.
Well, Sal's right there.
Yeah, Sal's here.
What's wrong? I go, Sal's right there, and Sal goes, oh, God, not this again. What's wrong?
I don't want to be involved with that.
What's that?
That.
I don't know what's happening.
You know exactly.
Sam was just pointing out that you're in here, and you're not in there, so that eliminates you.
Right. And Jeff Spicoli and the other older intern,
Mark
call
Cuban.
him. Yeah, well, I just call him the older intern because he is markedly older than most interns.
That seems like a stab.
I don't know if it's a stab. So you are older intern, older than most interns. Yeah, how old are you?
32.
32.
Older than me.
So you don't understand why
I just turned 31.
Wow. You'd understand why I would call
Not older
him.
than Eric. Eric's 40.
Eric is. He just turned 40.
Yeah.
He looks good, but he's 40.
40 again.
Well, Paul is... I mean, I didn't even know he was here today, but he's on the board. So Eric's coming back. So who's in the office? Eric's walking up the hallway. Is it... I mean, Danny?
Danny. It's got to be Danny.
So you're worried that he's going to walk in there with Danny in the office?
Yeah,
I think
Danny's very unpredictable.
He usually maintains himself in a fairly professional way.
Okay, so you're saying that maybe somebody less professional than Danny is in the office.
If you're worried about it, yeah, I would think so.
I see what you're saying.
Who's in the office?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. He could be any one of 5 characters.
about characters. I'm assuming you're not talking about Norton. It's somebody else that does characters.
Yeah.
What is the surname of most of the characters?
Bobo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course he's back there. But you don't know if it's Zombie Bobo or
Why you got to ruin characters that haven't come out
Springsteen
yet?
Bobo or
Bobo Christ.
Bobo. Is that another?
Yep.
Why is Bobo here? And did he know he wasn't getting on the show today? Because I've been getting angry tweets from Bobo. And he's been sending me, like last night, he was sending me stuff like, I want to know what happened last Friday. I need answers.
Yeah, well, I booked him last Friday.
We didn't have a show last Friday.
But when I booked him, we did.
Oh, and he didn't get the message that there was no show?
No, I forgot.
Because I told him, I wasn't here last Friday. I was in Anaheim. And then he starts saying tomorrow's going to be my big return to the Opie and Anthony show.
No.
What's up, Sal?
No, I just want to chime in really quick. As the ONA show is wrapping up, Bobo says to me, he goes, of course I didn't speak to him. I didn't initiate conversation. He says,
wait,
I'm upset.
Are you not allowed to speak to him?
No, I just don't want to.
Oh.
He does not allow himself to speak to him.
Right, exactly.
That's your own
He
ground
goes,
rule.
I'm really upset that I didn't get on the ONA show. I was like, all right, don't worry. I mean, I'm sure Sam will have you on the after show. And he goes, I don't really care about that.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Do you want to talk to him?
At this point, not really. If that's
All right.
the attitude,
Fair
you
enough.
know.
Should I send him home?
I mean, I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know why he's comping attitude with me.
Look, they went long with Matt Paxton.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I mean, does he have anything? He's not promoting anything. He doesn't have any bits or anything.
I don't think so. I mean, I can check if you want.
I don't really care.
Well, you asked.
Do we have anything? Roland's going back into his office. I know he's. Oh no, Matt Paxton is still here. Are they going? No, they walked past Roland's office. Good. Eric, what were you meeting with Opie about?
About Matt Paxton's podcast about getting it on the channel.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Is that are we going to do that? Are we going to add him to the lineup?
It looks like it might happen.
It's looking very promising. It's like, this isn't
All it
exactly.
requires is a signature.
Yeah, it's just like, look, if you'll let us play your podcast for free, we will. That's the whole negotiation here. Is that right, Eric? Is that pretty much?
Pretty much. We just have to send them an agreement that legal agrees on. And if they agree with it, then, hey, now we can play it.
Matt Paxton was a really good guest because at first he was in. First of all, he stopped Bobo from coming on the show. That's number one.
Speaking of Bobo, I'm down the hallway with Roland, and we're talking to Matt about this. And then all of a sudden, I see out of the corner of my eye, Bobo's head pops out of the office. I just went, get back in there. And he went right back in.
It's like you treat him like a dog. That's terrible, Eric.
Awful.
Why would you do that?
But Matt Paxton was a great guest from Hoarders because first.
One of my favorite interviews in a long time.
Today?
Lots of terrible stuff.
Yeah, because he starts talking about all the awful things that we have and haven't seen on Hoarders. Like, he was talking about, I like him talking about him and his crew having to duct tape their assholes shut to stop cockroaches from crawling up there.
I watch every Hoarders, and the fact that they've found bodies, it just blows my mind.
When he said that most of the really good ones A&E won't touch, I was like, what? Because I thought that A&E was like,
let's find the worst one.
Right, like this is not typical. We have to go with the craziest shit you ever seen in your life. But he was talking about some lady's husband died and they wrapped him up in a shower curtain and she forgot he was in there. Burning down houses because they were full of mice.
And they won't air these ones?
No, they won't air them.
They should put out like a Too Hot for TV DVD
like,
set.
Like Springer did.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Too hot. Hoarders, Too Hot for TV.
Yeah, and all the chicks who apparently hoard dildos.
Yeah, there's a chick he was talking about who hoards dildos.
No, multiple.
Multiple.
Like, all of them.
Women are hoarding dildos. I mean, you got to keep those things clean. I've seen those hoarders' houses. They're not clean. And then...
You don't like a dirty dildo?
No, you can't use a dirty dildo because I was talking to Dr. Ruth about this. That area is so prone to infection. Keep in mind, I don't know, I know it's a lot of guys who listen to After Opie and Anthony Live. What guys need to realize is that females have internal genitals. Their genitals are actually internal.
What?
So yeah, that's right, Eric. Internal genitals. So when you're shoving something inside you and it lives in a dirty hoarder's house, it's not good. It can immediately cause infection and things like that. It's the last thing you want to do.
Bobo's boyfriend just tweeted all of us.
Who's his boyfriend? Kurt Love. I think I've seen that guy on Twitter. That Bobo's dating him?
Yes.
Or and their boyfriend?
I don't know if they're like dating or if they're just fuck buddies. Yeah, exactly. But
it's complicated, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if this was Facebook, it would say it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
On again, off again?
I don't know.
In again, out again, if you know what I mean.
Definitely in again, out again.
But then, my favorite part about all of it was Matt Paxton, after all these horrible stories, who knew that this is a guy who comes in here, he's got a button-down shirt with it's tucked into his jeans, he's got a...
Very prim and proper.
A backpack on with both straps on his shoulders, all tight up right on his back, not sagging. His hair is combed perfectly and parted to the side. He's got a Midwestern accent, everything. I mean, this is the most, like...
All-American?
All-American, hunky-dory, whoa, we can't use any curse words around this guy type of guy. And he starts coming in, and I had no idea about the life that he was leading before this.
I had no idea either.
He starts coming in and talking about how he contemplated how much money he could get from sucking dick to pay back a bookie who had just beaten the shit out of him. Like, this is out of Casino. I mean, who knew that he had led this life?
And I didn't know that all the guys that he hires are all ex-cons or addicts and stuff like that.
They're all like, and didn't he say that he only hires ex-cons? Yeah. Who knew that he was a degenerate gambler?
Yeah, you don't look at him and think like, oh, this guy's probably $100K in the hole and contemplating some dick sucking.
Yeah, I guess that's why he's got a podcast.
I guess so. Are you saying that that's what you need to have a podcast?
You got to have some stories.
It's true.
He's got stories. How many of us on the staff, we should take a poll. How many have contemplated how much money you could get from dick sucking? I would say my number, I would guess 2. How many? What would your number you would guess be?
1.
You think there's one guy who's done it? Who do you think?
Oh, I'm not going to say.
It's Troy, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Troy, too. He was definitely one of my 2. Definitely Troy. I mean, I think that's obvious to all the listeners, too. I'm not saying that he sucks dick, but I'm saying in a tight
it's
spot.
Probably like, hey, I haven't gotten a raise in a long time.
Right. I mean, he's DJing. If the DJ work dries up, I'm just saying, who knows what
you're having
happen.
a good time at the club.
This feedback, which I thought they were turning off, the bosses.
They were too.
But feedback keeps chiming in. They've not even paying attention to anything we're saying right now. All they're doing is saying, please, please, please do not let Bobo in that studio.
Well, he's not here, so...
Well, the feeling seems to be mutual around this place because Bobo's going to do something.
He's going to do something?
He's going to record something. And nobody will allow us to use their studios to record Bobo.
What about Troy?
Especially him.
Oh, everybody hates Bobo around here.
I don't understand it. Do you hate Bobo?
No, I love him.
I love him, too.
I think he's a great guy. I mean, I don't know why he consistently takes shots at me in my show.
That's true. He does.
Like, the listeners like this show. I like the show. The staff all likes the show. I don't know why Bobo has to take shots at it.
Do you want him to call in?
I don't know. We'll see later on, maybe. But right now, I'm still a little shaken by it.
Okay.
You know what that means. Troy's here to bring the thunder. What's up, man?
I don't want that fucking asshole anywhere near my studio.
You talking about Sam?
You've been listening.
Yeah.
So you had more objection with me bringing up Bobo coming into your studio than me and Travis asserting that if you were in a tight spot, you would consider sucking dick for some cash.
Right.
Okay.
Troy.
I mean, if Bobo's got to record something, he's got to record something.
It's not for me. He's not recording anything for me.
But it's for the show. Maybe.
But this is one of the instances where you will go the selfish route and say, no, you can't use that studio because it's mine.
If you want to bring... Look, I'm not... Paul all of a sudden decided he wants to do a bit that he came up with a couple months ago.
Where did Paul get the inspiration for this bit?
I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. So, just figure it out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
Get
There's studios everywhere.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
But don't involve you.
No, don't involve me.
Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm fucking swamped. I'm out for a week, so I got to get all my shit done.
Right, because you're getting your nose job.
I'm getting rhinoplasty. I'm not getting a nose job.
Well, nose job is, that's
well, they're working on my nose, but it's not a nose job.
Are you upset you're going to miss Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
One guy on feedback is just saying Bobo don't need to record shit. Fuck Bobo.
Okay, well, good point.
That was actually Troy.
Oh,
yeah, I feedback before I came in.
Right before you ran in here.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bobo hasn't been on the show since November, right? Thanksgiving was his last appearance.
That's correct. And that was at the Hard Rock.
Right.
It wasn't even in the studio.
And the only reason we allowed him was because we painted his stomach up like Kamala and made him walk out there with no shirt on. But I think, and the last time he did anything since then was Bobo Man.
Yeah.
The epic production.
Where do you go from there?
Which I think we'll play in a little bit on the show. I think that's only fair.
How much of it?
I would say.
I say we do a double shot.
You want to play it twice, Eric?
Yeah, back to back.
I was going to say 60 to 90 seconds.
We'll see what. No. We're going to play more than that.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't get funny until at least 2 minutes.
Play it and then play it in reverse back.
Yeah, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just see the message we get.
Bobo's actually not retarded when you play it
Right.
reversed.
But I don't even think production-wise there's anything to do with him anymore. Like,
Nothing.
Bobo Man was kind of the finale of Bobo bits, I
Yeah,
thought.
it's like good fucking riddance.
Where's Paul?
Paul's in there.
Paul, go in.
I want to know what this
Why'd you have to say
what
that,
this
Eric?
bit is.
Oh, because he called for Paul, and I don't want Paul in here.
You don't want him in there?
I don't want him in
Send
here
it over
either.
to you.
You don't want him in here. So
Paul call in?
Who annoys you more, Paul or Bobo?
Oh man, that's a fucking tough one.
It is?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I don't know. I can't even answer that.
Wow. Different reasons.
Oh yeah.
But
still.
who sometimes provides you with some comedic relief?
Bobo.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's got to tip the scales,
Okay,
right?
so right now you're Paul. You are actually ranked lower on Troy's list than Bobo.
That's fine.
What's this bit?
It's just some dumb thing that I figured it would be all right to have around.
And now, let me ask you this.
You said it was timely for something.
It was timely for the Oscars 2 months ago.
So why would you do a bit now that was 2 months ago?
Because if we had it, it's possible we could tweak it and use it for something else. That was my thought process behind it.
Let me ask you this. Was Troy's speech to you, like a couple weeks ago when Troy really let you have it, was that motivation to get this done?
No.
No. Paul?
I had come up
I'll stick up for Paul. This was already written.
This was already
I know,
done.
but was that motivation to say, you know what, I wasn't going to do that? Not to do it, but to say I wasn't going to do it, but now let's bring him in and just have it just in case.
No, I found out, Travis shot me a text this morning saying Bobo was coming in, and I had already previously said to him, hey, if he shows up, let's just record that thing anyway.
When did you say that?
A couple of weeks ago. I don't know.
About 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe
right,
more.
because I'm thinking that this speech...
No, it was before Troy.
I'm
said
thinking
it.
that Troy's speech led to you bringing Bobo in. So, Troy, your motivational speech, I think, had a lot to do with now a scenario where you may have to share a studio with Paul and Bobo. I believe, Travis, you should make an executive decision and say that this production piece with Paul and Bobo in the same studio must take place in Troy's studio and must take place with Troy as the production guy.
Troy is our production guy, right?
I'll go up the fucking chain on this one.
I think we should leave the mics on.
Well, dude, I got to get a lot of shit done. I'm out for a whole week.
Yeah,
This is
but you've
important.
recorded with Bobo before. You know that it's like a really quick thing.
Yeah.
He usually nails it in one take.
No, it's a really quick thing when somebody directing him knows what they're doing.
Right. Oh.
So you're saying that Paul doesn't know what he's doing?
I mean, how many pieces have you done, Paul? How many times have you worked with Bobo?
With Bobo? None.
Okay.
Never.
How many times have you worked with Bobo?
Many, many times.
So you can get in there. You know what you want, and you know how to get it out of him quickly.
What do I want?
No. When you,
I want him to go home.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, when you go into the studio with me with Bobo,
Yeah, I know
you
how
have to sit there and fuck around for 2 hours to try to get some bullshit out of this fucking idiot.
I mean, Bobo Man was a little bit more, but I think that if somebody other than me had been in there with Bobo for an undertaking like the Bobo Man song, it would have taken days.
Days, weeks.
Weeks. You saw him in there.
It was awful.
He was hopeless.
Yeah.
But Paul, you know what you want out of this, right?
You know what you want, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that this, and number one, I think you still have some hostility towards Paul. I think that's evident towards everybody, and that's fine. Number two, you don't like Bobo, but that's besides the point. But I think that Paul needs to learn from you, but maybe you need to learn what Paul's capable of.
Well, no, dude, look, I hope
Yeah.
Paul gets whatever he wants out of him, and you produce a great piece of audio. You know, but it's like, for me and Paul, it's like too little too late.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, at this point, don't come to me 6 months later and be like, oh, yeah, now I'm on, dude. I'm on board. It's like, just go fucking handle it. Just
Yeah,
go
but
handle
during
your
your
shit.
speech, weren't you the one who said to me that you're the production guy and that I should be running everything through you?
Yeah, but there's another guy here now. So put it together, and then let me hear it.
All right.
I still think it'd be better for everybody if the three of you got together on this. Because I'll tell you this.
I got news for you.
What's that?
I got news for you.
What's that?
Worst of the week promos, Joe Rogan promos, Dr. Steve promos, and a new cross promo that's going to run on Raw Dog is a lot more important than using Bobo for a piece that may not even air.
Creative production, though.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's high on creative production and the simple fact that the outtakes of the production piece doesn't even need to air. Simply leaving the mics on while Paul, Bobo, and you are confined to a small space is in and of itself.
I'll start recording and I'll walk out of the room.
Value. No, you can't leave. That's the whole thing.
No, I can.
You know, that would be the
You're not going to chain me to the fucking chair. I don't have to be in there.
Why does the thunder
Yeah, maybe
keep
we should
skipping?
get a different thunder.
Why does it keep skipping?
It's the let doing it.
Stop. I mean, if he's going to bring the thunder, he can't bring it twice in one shot.
Burn it onto a CD.
Now, Travis,
Yeah.
I need
I'll go up the chain with this one.
I need the. Then
Troy will completely supersede me on this, and he'll go to.
No offense to you,
Who will
dude.
you go to?
Oh, I think it's hysterical.
Who will you go to?
I'll go up the fucking ladder.
If Rob, so
I'll go straight to the top.
I need. So we'll go from Rob to Gary to Bladder.
Okay, so yeah, so let's say Rob says, I think you should do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll explain to Rob, look, I have a lot of work to do that has to get done today.
And then
Rob-
he'll say, yeah, but it'll only take 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Rob needs to realize that what's more valuable to the show is that you go through this learning experience.
No,
yeah.
I'm out for a week, so bring this fucking asshole back sometime next week when I'm out. The studio's open for 5 days.
No. Bobo's here now.
Yeah, what the fuck does he have going on?
And that's a good question. That's
Nothing.
a great retort. But
You want to ask him?
No.
Oh.
But he's not going to be here again. We're not bringing him back. I don't know why he's here today. Paul had this brilliance that needed to be recorded.
You're saying this is the final.
Well, why is he here?
That's a good point.
Nobody's demanded that he's here. He's put out some angry tweets.
He did.
Yeah, he's put out some angry tweets, and only thing anybody said is "Shut the fuck up, Bobo."
Look, he's a fan of the show. I like to make fans of the show happy.
Yeah. So
Paul wanted to record this thing.
let's make a fan of the show happy and put him in there with the guy who has been trusted to be the show's production guy, and that's Troy Kwan.
But if it's something that's not even going to guarantee to air,
Oh, I bet if you're in there, it'll air.
I'm going to leave. I'll
can't.
hit record and I'll walk out.
Well, then we'll need guards. Eric, will you guard the studio?
Yeah, if I have to, I will guard the studio.
Okay, well then we'll do it. Well, yes, we'll do it. But let me get done all my other stuff and then we'll do it. So we're looking at probably 3:30 this afternoon.
Okay, Paul,
You
3:30.
I can do 3:30.
Okay,
All right, good.
And get
Hang
Bobo
out.
till 3:30.
I don't know if he's available.
Well, I mean, we'll have to, I guess, check the timetable on that. Eric?
If you want a Bobo update, I got a text from one of the
No.
interns in the office with Bobo.
Which intern?
Mike.
Okay.
Is that the old one?
Yeah.
There's intern Sal, Jeff Spicoli, and the older intern.
Correct.
Yes.
Bobo is shaking and talking to himself about how frustrated he is with this, and he squirms and fidgets every time you mention his name on the air.
Bobo does?
Yeah.
Bobo does.
Bobo, leave. Bobo, walk, go home.
Maybe we should talk to Bobo.
No.
Want me to go get him?
I guess so.
Go get Bobo.
I guess. I mean, I want to find out what he's so upset about. You know?
This sucks.
What would you do? If you were in Matt Paxton's position, would you turn to drug running or prostitute yourself to get the 40 G's? Because, I mean, a bookie will kill you.
Right.
If he'll break your nose over 40 grand and you only give him, he'll kill you.
And so
He was saying
how much sex do you have to have?
No sex.
40 grand worth.
Like, what's 40 grand? Is it like one blowjob?
We talking about sex or just blowjobs?
Whatever you got to do to make the 39 grand.
Shit.
Well, so if somebody offers you like
You got a
39 grand for one blowjob,
You got to.
so I don't die?
You got a week to make 39 grand. Are you gonna? Is there somebody that will? Are your blowjobs that good that somebody's gonna pay?
I've never given anybody a blowjob.
So
I
it's
couldn't
probably
tell.
not gonna be the $39,000 blowjob.
That's a good point. You're probably gonna have to work for it.
Yeah.
Any of us would. Maybe
Yeah.
not Bobo.
So I would think it'd be multiple experiences. I don't know where you're gonna find somebody. I mean, I know you're a handsome guy, but
Sugar
I don't
daddy.
know. You think you'll find somebody within a week to give you 39,000? Would you have one session of anal penetration, you as the receiver,
And I don't die?
for the 39,000 that you'd need?
I mean, I don't want to die.
Right? Okay, I understand that. You have a life to live.
Yeah.
It's important.
I'm a young man.
Travis?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah.
You do it for $39. Yes. I was just asking if you do it. All right, I'm gonna give him a couple minutes.
Just right there.
No, you can go. I got it.
Oh, you can come up here?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can come to the mic.
You take this mic.
Bobo, first of all, why are you always taking shots at me?
No, sorry, right. I felt like I was frustrated. I was just frustrated everyone last week.
Frustrated.
Okay, well, no, the whole sentence.
I don't think that was a
problem.
complete sentence.
Yeah. Talk to me, Bobo. What do you? I hear you're talking to yourself. You're rocking back and forth. What's going on?
No, I was saying it was frustrated last week when I was told the last minute. They asked me to come in last week, and then all of a sudden there was no show.
Sam's talking about today.
Today, the same thing similar happened today. Wasn't on today, so.
What's that noise, Bobo?
I think it was my phone. That's all. My phone.
What song is it?
It sounds like In the Mood.
No, it's Meet the Mets.
Oh.
Now, Bobo,
Who's calling?
you understand that Matt Paxton, he just, we decided to do a second segment with him.
Yeah, I understand that.
But how come when it's said to you, oh, maybe Sam will have you on his show, you respond, I don't really care about that?
Big deal, right? I was trying to get on Opie and Anthony for a while.
To do what?
Trying to get on their show for a while, right?
What for?
It'd been ages.
Why?
I said it's been ages since I've been around.
No, you're
Okay,
not
but
answering the
you know
question.
who's also hasn't been on the show for a long time?
Oh.
Eric Goodman. Do you know who that is? Exactly. Nobody knows who it is. It's just a guy. Eric Goodman is just some guy who probably lives in some state somewhere.
You know
like
who
he doesn't.
hasn't
He's got nothing going on, so that's why he's not on the show. Like he might listen sometimes, but he hasn't been on the show forever.
You know who hasn't been on in a long time?
Who?
Big A. Do you know how many times I get asked by Big A if he can come back on the show?
How many?
0.
Bobo. You understand what Travis is saying there,
That's
right?
why I love Andrew.
Just waits patiently, I guess.
That's right. He doesn't threaten people on Twitter.
And you know what? He's invited to all the events.
Yeah, we love Andrew.
He goes to Anthony's house all
He
the
goes
time.
to Anthony's house, and he doesn't have to arrive at the house with a paper bag on his head. Do you remember that when you did that?
Yeah, right back.
Can you do it now?
You understand that was just because, they didn't want you to find out what the address was.
Yeah.
You're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You still got to go to a compound party.
Yeah.
It's not all bad.
Yeah.
Bobo has one nail that's significantly longer than the rest.
That's his coke now.
You doing cocaine?
Doing little bingers?
No.
Aren't you? Isn't it like enough? Like, aren't you happy just the fact that you're coming in here to do some production? Like, this is a giant show. The Opie and Anthony show is a big enough show that people actually listen to its after show. You falling asleep? You snoring there a little bit?
What the fuck is going on here?
Well,
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know what you mean.
Yeah, that was him. It's a big show. Like, the fact that thousands of people listen just to the after show goes to show how big of an impact Opie and Anthony have. And that just because you're not walking into the studio and showing your dick off for the, 50th time doesn't mean that you're not, that you're any less valuable. You know what I mean?
I wait for months.
On the mic.
Wait and wait. And I keep... I think last night I was so frustrated about it.
Frustrated.
So long that I freaking woke up with a hangover from last night from all the drinking.
You did a lot of drinking?
Yeah.
You boozed yourself up to get over the frustration?
Yeah, that's kind of what I did.
Why, Bobo, I don't think you should be drinking that much. Why?
How much did you drink?
I don't know. I think I hit a 6-pack.
Wow.
Whoa.
I could see where a hangover would come from that. Why do you want to be on the show so badly?
The hospital.
Why do you want to be on the show so badly? Like, when Matt Paxton was on the show, we go, Matt, why do you want to be on the show? He'd say, I'm a fan of the show. I have some stories to tell about hoarding, people hoarding. I want to promote my podcast. Okay, and you go, oh, I get it. Okay. Like, Shaq. Hey, Shaq, why do you want to be on the show? Well, because I'm a very famous basketball player. I'm tall as shit.
You think
And
that's what he said?
Yeah. And I'm selling soap. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk to you about it.
No.
But and then, now along those same lines, Bobo, why do you want to be on the Opie and Anthony show? Because you're not as tall as Shaq is.
And you don't clean houses.
You know that I don't clean houses.
Why? Like, what's the pitch? What's the Bobo pitch?
It's been a while, right? There was
okay, so
there was even characters. There was even things I wanted to play on the whole thing and not being on the show for a while.
Right.
I was even going as far as faking my own death.
Now, why you were gonna fake your own death?
Yeah. Didn't you do that already on Twitter?
Yeah. And then you went to Nyack, of all places.
Yeah, I saw your video in Nyack, Bobo. That was quite astounding.
I wouldn't expect him to be there.
No, me neither. Bobo, what's your YouTube channel? So that people can be brought up to speed.
No, that video wasn't even on my YouTube channel.
Okay, never mind then. Don't plug it.
It wasn't
Just
even on my YouTube channel.
Okay,
so.
good. Rock back and forth as you say it.
It wasn't on my YouTube
we
channel
heard you.
anyway.
Right, I heard. I remember when you said that 10 seconds ago. I mean, it's a tough. Like, I go up to Opie, right? I say, "Hey, Opie, Bobo wants to come back on the show." Opie goes, "Oh yeah, what's going on with Bobo?" And what am I going to say? Well, it's a bit of while.
It's good, Bobo.
Thank you. You know, like what is the segment here? What's the thing? Why am I having Bobo on my show if I'm Opie?
It's been a while. I was even going to mention even a little friend of mine in Oregon.
What friend?
A little lady friend of mine I got.
You fucking her?
No, I would hope to if she ever made the trip out here.
So you want to come on the show, A, because it's been a while, and B, because you want to mention someone.
Well, there's been a few things that have been around a while. So.
Okay, so talk to me about this girl in Oregon. First of all, why does everybody hate you around here?
Troy's disgusted at something.
Club Soda Kenny's on the phone. What's up, Clubby?
I gotta talk to Eric.
Okay, Eric, Club's got to talk to you.
Okay. Hi, Kenny.
No, off the air.
I
okay.
think he knows what he wants to talk about.
What is it, Cleveland travel, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He has a long ear hair.
Bobo.
And there's like a booger hanging out of it.
Why do people not like you around here? You know I like you, right? Even though you fucking decide to take shots at me every chance you get, I'm still cool with you. Even though you're like, oh, Sam, he's doing a show. Oh, that's right. Fuck that guy, is what you say. But I'm still cool with you. I don't know why. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm like an abused spouse here. Emotionally, at least. I don't know. You haven't started hitting me yet. But for whatever reason, I maintain the relationship that we have. And I resent that at times, but I hide that from you. You know what I mean? I mean, I want to get to a healthy place with the two of us to kind of be like we were when we first met. But for whatever reason, you are a much more abusive, hurtful person, and you won't meet me there.
I've been frustrated for months on hand.
I understand that. Frustrated for months on hand.
Yeah, frustrated for months on hand.
Yeah, it's like being on end. So Bobo, who is this girl in Oregon?
It's a friend of mine, Anna.
Anna. Where'd you meet Anna?
Twitter.
Twitter. And also, what you should know at home is Bobo, when he hesitates, he rocks back and forth before he says something. I like it, Bobo. It's a good look. Now, what's the relationship?
It's sort of me talking to her a lot. I've been texting her a lot.
Yeah, on the phone or just on Twitter?
No, on the phone.
I like that. You've been sending pictures?
No, not that crazy.
You just kind of TO'd because she won't send you a full body shot yet?
No. I've been not sending sending pictures. All right.
He only does that publicly on Twitter.
Oh,
you did.
Sorry.
You sent.
No. Besides that, I don't need to send that because that's already been sent.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that anymore. I don't know why you sent pictures of your penis on such a public Twitter.
Well, that was me. I was just frustrated.
Frustrated,
so
indeed.
I figured I frustrated something insulting that badly that I figured a cockpit was insulting enough.
Right, I understand. All right, Bobo. Well, is there anything else you got going on before you step out?
All right, I'm also trying to plan some some prank that could be on anybody I know.
Okay, that's good to know.
Anybody I know.
Oh, my God.
And that means anybody I know. And
Mr. Maloonigans?
Now, Bobo, what would happen?
Could it be on Mr. Maloonigans?
No, it's not going to be in my dogs, all right?
But you said anybody you know.
Wait, what kind of dog is Mr. Maloonigans?
Now, I think I've mentioned this already. He's a schnoodle.
Hey, wait,
on
no.
the mic, on the mic.
What is he?
He's half schnauzer, half poodle.
Which makes him
a schnoodle.
Okay. Now, Bobo.
And then what does that make Bobo?
What would happen?
Stupid.
What would happen if you did the bit, you faked your own death? And what would you have? Somebody like maybe like your boyfriend Kurt Love would call up and say Bobo's dead, something like that?
No, I would have someone else called.
Why?
Well, because his boyfriend would be in mourning.
He'd be upset. I understand.
No,
So
he
what
isn't,
if,
all right? He's a friend of mine.
I understand. It's back. It's on again, off again. What if somebody? All right. What if somebody called up and said, "Hey guys, Bobo's passed away," and the guys just went, "Oh, terrific," and then moved on to the next topic, and then the bit went nowhere.
Yeah.
Now you have to play dead for the rest of your life.
Forever. Backfire, right? Talk about your all-time backfires, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, Bobo, why don't you go wait in the office, and then after, because I'm going to have to enforce that this happens, I guess, after the after show is over, after Opie and Anthony Live, maybe you and Paul will go into Troy's studio, and the three of you will put something together. How about that?
Says someday I'll return.
You feeling better?
You're here right now.
I don't know if you will.
Not really officially. The day I return to the Opie and Anthony show.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
You feeling better than you were?
That's a little bit, but the day I return to the Opie and Anthony show, that's the official return.
I don't think you're going to return. You already officially said
Put your
goodbye.
headphones on. Eric's talking to you.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you're going to return because you already officially said goodbye.
That's true.
You did a formal promo announcing that you were leaving.
He did?
You did. You want to hear it?
No, I was tricked into that.
Well, let me hear it.
You can't be tricked into producing something.
Let me hear it.
Hi everyone, it's me, Bobo. Are you sick of hearing my voice? Well, you're not alone. That's why the show is finally getting rid of me. My one-trick pony baby-ass dick has run its course. And now it's up to you to find the next Bobo. They were freaks before me. There were freaks after me. There were freaks before me. There will be freaks after me. If you're a monstrosity, or you know a monstrosity like me, email Opie and Anthony at SiriusXM.com and tell the show you could be a star just like I used to be. Now all I got left is my relatives, who I've had sex with. Goodbye, everybody.
The contest is back on! We are looking for the next
Now
Bobo.
I'm gonna keep smashing my radio again.
What? We just smash it once. It'd probably be smashed. All right, Bobo.
I nearly smashed my radio until I
Nah,
returned.
nah. Hey.
Oh, occupy Opie and Anthony until I return.
What? All right.
Occupy.
What? See you later. Roland, could you help him out?
Occupy Opie and Anthony is what he's doing.
You see, I think, if anybody. Actually, Jeff Spicoli, come on in and get rid of him. Thank you, Bobo. It's been fun.
I will return.
All right.
Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, get him out of here. Yeah, he's done. See you later. All right, one foot after the other. Bobo. Bobo,
I did
everybody.
not return.
Bobo.
I did not return.
You can take him out. You can
And
just
I was
take
waiting.
Bobo,
What, should
everybody.
I take him out the buffet and just be quiet? Yes. Yeah, well, will it actually work? Yes.
Bobo, everybody.
If it doesn't work, after another month, the frustration will be on again.
Bobo, everybody. Yay, Bobo. His last appearance. His last one. How could a person... What's he doing?
Smash his radio.
His phone on the floor.
Tell him not to...
Well, it's his own phone. Who cares?
Tell him not to smash his phone. He's going to need it later. I mean, I thought...
Why'd you do that?
Why did I do what? Talk to Bobo?
Now I have to go talk to him.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Let him go.
Well, he's still going to record with Paul later.
Yeah.
Where's Paul at?
Hang on one second.
Bobo, if
let me go make sure that he's still going to record with Paul.
George in Missouri.
Make sure
George.
I just want to call and complain I haven't been on the Opie and Anthony show in a while.
Oh, you
Oh,
haven't?
son of a bitch.
Yeah, and also David Lesson, too. I'm mad at him. I haven't been on there in a while.
No, well, hopefully, I mean, you should, yeah, and you're very angry.
Yes, I'm very upset about it.
All right, I'll make sure I can get you on both shows.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How come we haven't had George on? What the hell?
Who's George?
Isn't that the guy who just
Oh,
called?
that guy? Yeah. I've already forgot his name. He's probably very frustrated at me right now.
During Bobo's little tirade there,
Yeah.
anybody notice Bobo's getting a little light on the head there?
He's also getting gray.
I can't wait till he goes horseshoe bald.
You're looking forward to that? Why do you want Harm to come to Bobo?
I don't want Harm to come. No, I just want to see him horseshoe bald.
Yeah, but speak for all the bald people, you don't like those jokes.
No. Roland doesn't like
none
them.
of us, none of us.
Yeah, but it's Bobo.
Best baldies.
Roland, we were talking about Matt Paxton.
Yeah.
And would you, if you were in a position where you owed a bookie I'm done with Bobo. Where you owed a bookie $40,000.
Bookie from Vegas.
From Vegas. He already broke your nose.
Specifically Vegas.
Would you take a dick in the ass or try to start running drugs?
Both, whatever they want. Whatever they
Roland
want.
would just go all in.
Roland would be like, look, I got 50.
I heard stories of what they do in
I
Vegas.
can keep going.
I'll just do whatever they
You
want.
went to school in Vegas.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
No. What about you, Eric? Drugs or cock?
I think I'd start running drugs.
You would?
Yeah.
What if it didn't work out? Because you're not like a slick guy.
No, I think I'd do all right.
You think you'd be all right as a drug runner?
Yeah, because he wouldn't expect me.
Eric, I don't think you'd be all right as a drug runner. I don't. For the record, I'm not just busting on you. I don't think I'd be all right as a drug runner.
Sam, no offense to you.
Yeah.
His mansion.
Would you run drugs out of your mansion?
I could. I got enough room.
Maybe the basement, the lighting, maybe.
I don't think you'd be all right as a drug runner. I think you'd be much better as a male prostitute, to tell you the truth.
No, I don't have the figure or the looks for it.
I don't know, Eric. I've seen some of those pictures of you on Facebook that you take with your own cell phone when you're batting those baby blues. Turns me on, is all I'm saying.
Maybe I'll have to reconsider.
Yeah, I mean, why give up a career opportunity? You know what I mean? Opie and Anthony are sitting here talking about podcasting, talking about what they're going to do next. You and I may be looking for work. I don't know why we're
going to go to Vegas and prostitute?
Yeah, why wouldn't we start a little business for ourselves?
You know what? It's not a bad idea.
I'm just trying to look at everything. What was it? Oh, yeah. So you didn't know, Troy, we were talking about this on the show. You didn't know on your Instagram, Troy Kwan on Instagram, you didn't know that homeless guy was Homeless Charlie.
Yeah, I've heard him. I've never seen what he looked like, though.
Have you heard the Charlie bits that I get? We're not allowed to play those Homeless Charlie bits, right, Eric?
Not at all.
Right. Have you ever, the ones we got in trouble for?
I heard them when they were being reviewed for something.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy.
Yeah, I didn't know. Dude, he's standing like literally half a block from here.
I've seen him like since we moved into this building dozens of times. He's around here.
He's literally in Times Square on 49th Street.
It was funny though because you're posting this picture. You just had a sign that said,
"Beer,
need money.
Need money for beer, drugs, and hooker."
Yeah, I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Yeah,
I ain't bullshitting you, or at least I ain't bullshitting you. And Troy just put him up as like a goof. Like, look at this funny homeless guy.
Well, I like taking pictures of weird shit from my Instagram.
Right.
I'll take like homeless people passed out or, drunk people passed out. I took a good one today of a guy passed out in a chair sitting on the street. I didn't post it though. But, so I was just like, oh, it's a funny sign. You know what I mean? Like people appreciate that. And I didn't know that was him.
That's Homeless Charlie. Were you here for Homeless Charlie, Roland?
Yeah.
Were you afraid that the show was going to go away when we got thrown off for 30 days?
No, because I was working for a different company, so I was like, good luck.
Whatever, yeah, good luck.
I had a 30-day break.
You were working...
You guys were selling K-Rock, though.
And you were working for a company that was like an independent contractor?
Yeah.
They just contracted out talent bookers?
Yeah.
So you had nothing to worry about?
No. No, I do.
Eric, did you think the show was going to go away? I thought it was.
At that point?
Yeah.
When somebody in D.C. was feeding information to Steve and myself before we even knew that this was even an issue, that the suspension was going to happen, and then like a couple hours later they were officially told. So when we got that first phone call, yeah, I thought it was done.
I mean, I thought
because it was during the merger.
And I thought that's why the punishment was so bad, because Homeless Charlie came on. I'm sure you all remember it. When he came on and he was talking shit about, Condoleezza Rice and the Queen of England, or I don't know who he was talking shit about. But we ended up, because of it, it ended up on Breitbart's website. and we all know what happened to him. Just kidding. It ended up on his website, and we got suspended from XM for 30 days. We were still on K-Rock, but I thought
they took us off the channel completely.
Yeah.
It wasn't that like there were reruns or anything. It was we did not exist for 30 days in that company.
And that's our channel. They took us off this channel.
It became the Ron and Fez channel.
Yeah. Can you, they took us off what is now the Opie and Anthony channel. Replays, best ofs, everything was gone for 30 days.
Jeez.
So, is that what Ron and Fez had their own channel?
It was Ron and Fez, Smodcast, and Dr. Steve.
It's crazy. It was the greatest 30 days in Dr. Steve's radio career. He loved it. He was hoping we would just be gone forever, and they would just.
Good for us too. We were done by 9.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we all thought we were out jobs
at that place.
I thought. I mean, look, none of us really thought that K-Rock was a forever thing, did we?
No.
It didn't end up being that long, did it?
No.
But I was sure, even weeks into it, that we weren't coming back to XM. Because who gets suspended for 30 days?
We took all the stuff home, remember?
Yeah, we took all of our stuff home. We had piles of stuff. And then when we got back, we were like, yeah, I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it. We got to get some more stuff because I don't know what happened. But I thought we were gone for sure. Were you, were you confident that we would stick around for K-Rock?
Yeah, I think because K-Rock would have, or CBS in general would have used that as some kind of promotional thing to jump us into other markets and stuff.
I guess, but I mean, at that point,
who gets suspended from satellite?
It's crazy. Yeah,
us.
I know, but it's not like CBS would have promoted us as this edgy radio show because they weren't letting us do anything. It was a weird time.
Yeah.
It was a very, very weird time. And now I get... Do you think, Eric, that Opie and Anthony will start podcasting the way Opie was talking about on the show today?
I think... It depends. I think they really want to. It's a nice business plan.
Yeah.
And it's an easy schedule for them to accommodate. If they had the opportunity, I think they would definitely go and do it.
But I don't see... The only thing that I see stopping them from doing it is having to do everything themselves. Just because they haven't in so long, having to find the sponsors and making the time and setting everything up.
They have to build a team.
Yeah,
they would have
hired a salesperson.
Yeah, they would have to.
They'd probably hire, Roland away to book guests for what they're doing.
Would you book for the podcast?
Where the money is, that's where I go.
It doesn't matter, does it?
You know, it'd be cool though.
What?
Well, finally, you could add a video element to.
Well, Anthony's studio is completely.
I guess they already have a studio, don't they?
And tell me the fans wouldn't love that.
Of course they would. They love it now already. Anthony just doesn't find himself drunk in his basement. So, they would love it.
That'd be a cool green room, a full bar.
They probably would need a staff, though.
You need a couple people, don't you think?
Who do you think would make the cut?
I don't know.
What do you think, Roland?
I don't know.
Nobody wants to say. Eric, you think you'd make the cut?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? I'm not asking you to name every name.
Yeah.
I'm saying, first of all, how many do you think they would take with them to the podcast?
I think they would take as many as they possibly could.
How many do you think? What's the number?
1, 2, 3.
I don't think they take more than 3 staffers with them to the podcast. Because if it's all them...
Not including Roland?
Think about it this way. Opie and Anthony are now, if they're this hypothetical podcast world, Opie and Anthony are paying for everything out of their own pocket, right? The whole studio they're paying for. The salesperson that they've now picked up, they're paying for. Roland's salary, they're paying for. Including Roland, I don't think that... Including Roland, they'd have a 4-person staff, I think. They'd have a salesperson, they'd have Roland as a talent booker, and I believe they would have 2 people with them. Because other than that, you're paying all these people's salaries, and you're not going to make that much money.
And how much do you have to really pay them if they're only going to do an hour a week?
That's true.
Well, they said they wanted to do 2 or 3 shows a week with their podcast.
Yeah,
and it's only an hour a show. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, they'd probably have to do longer, though. They'd probably end up doing 2 hours and do it 2 or 3 times a week, in my own personal opinion. No, but I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't see them taking more than 2 staffers.
No.
Not including
Roland.
I would probably think
that sounds feasible.
They probably think, look, Anthony does it pretty much all by himself.
Right.
So what would you need people for?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I believe that if there's 2 producers, each host picks a producer. That's the way it would happen. And I have to say, Danny is the one who's been with Anthony in all of Ant's exterior ventures, to my knowledge. He helped him set up the whole compound studio in his basement. I would think Danny's a shoo-in.
I think so, too.
So now the question remains, who joins Danny in the Opie and Anthony podcast world? Roland, any ideas? You're there. You're already there. You're in. It's you right now. It's Joe Blow Sales.
Well, it depends, though.
It's Eric's wife who they've hired. They're going to hire Eric's wife. Actually, no, your wife probably makes too much money to pay her salary. So they'll get some other schlub in sales. Not to say your wife's a schlub. They'll get some schlub in sales. They'll get Roland. They'll get Danny. Who's the fourth member? Who's the fourth horseman?
That's a tough one.
Who would you like it to be?
It's a tough one, unless they split you guys.
What do you mean split you guys?
They're part-time.
No.
They just need a guy.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I think it's you.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, as far as...
I think it's sexy, though.
No. Because think about who delivers more on-air content.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Sexy.
They want a guy who is going to be... Eric is better and more dependable at being focused entirely on that venue.
Right.
They know that I have goals outside of what they're doing. They know that now. They know that today. I've never made that much of a secret to anyone.
You're tied to too many programs.
Right.
Or they hire sexy and they hire you to do a show after them.
They're not going to hire
an after show.
That doesn't even make sense. Who would go out of their way to specifically download an after podcast?
They're downloading yours now.
No. This is actually on the radio, Roland. It's a satellite radio show.
Well, we'll have to discuss this next
Yes.
week.
The technology.
You do have a podcast on iTunes, though.
Do you do?
I mean, yeah. There's a Sam Roberts show online. Sure. I didn't know we were talking about that.
No, we were talking about podcasts.
And whose podcast? Like mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Sam Roberts show online. Sure, it's on iTunes.
I have a podcast, too.
No, you
It's going to go up on tomorrow.
You don't have any podcast.
I also have something. Can I mention something quick?
Yes.
I'll be DJing tomorrow at Spin here in New York City, which is cool. Cool club. They have ping pong tables there, too. So it's a cool spot.
Well, we're going to figure out...
Sarandon's?
What's that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've heard of that place. So go check out Troy at Spin.
TroyQuan.com. TroyQuan.com.
And maybe you'll see Susan Sarandon. If she's there, would you try to fuck her?
Fuck yeah.
No,
Fuck yeah.
Her daughter goes there a lot.
Would you try to fuck her daughter?
I'll fuck anybody. I'll fuck anything that moves.
Good for you, Troy. We'll see you Monday when we're back with this. Stay tuned. Ron and Fez are coming up next as we try to figure out who moves on in October. Goodbye, everybody.
The Opie and Anthony show is now over. For real this time.